Funds pump station, and this is where we are this morning. In a move to resolve the water shortages that have been affecting the city cluster, that is your town, Seshego, and the portion of Muleji. We've been trying to work together to resolve this crisis. As the three entities mentioned above, we've tried to explore various short-term and long-term solutions. And today we are partly here to announce that investigations on operations of the plant, the Oliphant Sport plant, together with Eskom, we've tried to ensure that there will be continuous power supply to the plants along the area to ensure that there's no disruption of water supply to the respective areas. I think it may also be important just to put it under context. We did not just want to take you to a tour unnecessarily. It was just to showcase to you that if there's a power cut for an hour, you see how long it took you to travel to arrive here. That's more or less the same time it takes for the water to reach your house in Flora Park. So that's the intention of you to understand. So if it reaches Flora Park, tell me how long it will take from Flora Park to reach Mlech. And then there's another power cut somewhere in between Seshego, maybe, or whenever, and it cuts and the water stops and it doesn't go. So it has been an important understanding for me as well, because they will say, no, we're pumping and I'm getting like my tap is dry. Can you pump harder? And I think it really just does make an indication that the interruptions placed amidst the high demand for water obviously have a compounding effect in terms of the recovery time and the pace, and this consequently had a negative impact on the high-lying areas like your Flora Park, Serala View, Ster Park, Bendo, Seshego, particularly Zone 2 and 3, and the areas of Mulechi have been without water for a week almost, running to more. Although we have currently restored the water as part of our short-term measures, we are however still in a very, very critical stage. In order for the reservoirs to have meaningful water capacity, we are urging our communities to continue to use water wisely and use it sparingly. So it is important to avoid activities like filling of your swimming pools, unnecessary washing of your cars, and watering of the gardens, because nobody eats grass. And I must repeat, nobody eats grass. We could spare for vegetables, for food security, but for grass, we actually don't even have a drop. Together with the entities, Polokwane Municipality, we are committed to working together to ensure that going forward, these interruptions are minimal, if not 100% reduced. To this effect, a technical team has been established which meets regularly to deal with the effect of the Eskom challenges itself and other related matters. We acknowledge as a municipality that there are a number of challenges such as the maintenance and the refurbishment that ourselves are responsible for. And we are committed to tirelessly work through the innovative and creative measures to ensure our infrastructure as a municipality meet the required standards. We are at an implementation stage, actually at a very, very advanced stage, as a municipality to acquire and provide new infrastructure, rehabilitate and upgrade the existing ones so that we improve our water management infrastructure as a whole. All residents and public members must realize that South Africa is a water-scarce country, and I'm sure the President in the State of the Nation address covered this to the very great extent. And as Polokwane, we are not different. We are a water-scarce area. So access and preservation of water remains a critical component of government development. So I'll call on all our communities and the business components and the business sector of our city to join hands with us and work together to implement smarter ways, water resource management, but also to make sure that our households and public places are encouraged to implement the very same methods to prioritize water conservation to ensure that the city continues to harness this resource in support of the strong economy and the vibrant communities. And I think I must, on behalf of ESCOM, ensure that I also emphasize that not every dry tap is as a result of a water or as a result of load shedding. So that must be understood. We are raising this point because we are a water scarce area. There will be time where you have electricity and you do not have water. So please don't pelt at any car of ESCOM that is passing by and you think they are load shedding. Our challenges critically emanates from the stance of water that we do not have as an area. So that you are here in Oliphant Sport is to show that all our water supply from the city of Stars come from outside our perimeters as a city. You know you are in Lepelle municipality, yet you are talking about water provision in the Polokwane municipality and its clusters. That tells you something that you might have known or have forgotten. We have no river. We take from here, we take from Ebenezer, which is also in the Zanin municipality. So all our sources for water provision are outside the city because as a city we are dry. So there is no way that we can actually not utilize properly what we have been given by others to make sure that we survive. So with Lepelle Northern Water, we'll make sure that the plans to put together resources to implement the water conservation campaign begin in earnest. But together with Lepelle Northern Water, we'll also make sure that the replacement of our asbestos pipes, which have aged, they're about 60 years old, which also is another element of where we're losing water that has been provided for. So we need to replace those pipes as a matter of urgency. So I think the critical points for you to note is that we remain at a very, very critical and a dire stage of water conservation across. So that we have electricity, we have reservoirs, does not equally translate to us having a drop of water when we open our taps. It is important that we get our reservoirs filled, we conserve what our reservoirs are filled with in trying to resolve this challenge. I'm sure ESCOM will be getting out of this challenge much faster than all of us in comparison to the Polokwane municipality and Lepelle Northern Water, because their response is more at the short-term level, but the responses to the primary and the central water conservation between ourselves as a municipality and our service provider, Lepelle Northern Water, it's a long-term relationship. You will have electricity, but you may not have water if we do not use water, and we conserve and we use water wisely. So I think from ourselves as a Polokwane municipality, ESCOM and Lepelle Northern Water, the key message which we want to request to echo is that we need to use water wisely. We have water in our taps this morning. We'll still have water in our taps this evening, but we cannot create water. If the natural resource is depleted, we'll have electricity, but we'll have a tap without water. So it is critical for all of us to conserve. But for now, we have water, and let's celebrate the natural resource. Thank you.